My beautiful stars. Reading time. So I want to do their feelings and their intentions towards you. But first, let's see what's going on with this main collective's energy connection. This person's feelings and true intentions. Main collective. Okay. So I like you. Romance is blooming. Fun, flirting, wanting to date. Separation. Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. And we've got unconditional love. If someone likes you, romance is blooming. Clearly is coming from this. Okay, lightning. Sudden change, shocking news. Surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. I'm hearing a couple things. Clearly the person on your mind, we're feeling unconditional love at the moment, soul connection. I don't think this collective, I don't think they're in your energy. I don't think that you know they like you. I think you're still holding on to this separation. There could have been something that's come in quite suddenly, but I more feel that all this separation could have happened quite suddenly too in your eyes. Let's just confirm. Lightning. Yeah, this has been some time. Okay, fire sign. You could be a fire sign. This person could be. I always say wands in tarot, fire in tarot is days. Everything in divine timing. You've been trying to let things flow. Maybe you felt very used by this person, especially if it came quite suddenly. So you guys, everything that comes, you shared a home with this person, maybe, you know, you paid more bills than this person, maybe it wasn't really 50-50 when it came to this relationship. You could have really felt like, you know, you went above and beyond for this connection. It wasn't really that Six of Pentacles, it wasn't equal give and take. For the right collective, I'm more seeing this lightning as how sudden it was here. There's been a bit of time, and when you reflected or you reflect on it, maybe there's moments you think, what was I just being used here? Like, were they just using me for their benefit? Especially if you guys maybe work together, and like, I don't know why I'm seeing that like managerial employee kind of boss employee kind of role here. This is an important detail for the right collective because we're tapping into the connection. Don't make it fit. Yeah, so through this time, letting things flow, you're at the state right now. This is a waste of time. This is over. There's no movement here. I've been holding on to this for too long. This person's unavailable. Waste of time. It's over. So clearly there's a frustration for the right collective on how long it's taken for you guys to find common ground. Maybe there's really a lack of like, I'm seeing my no contact card right now. I want one more for that. You definitely don't know this person. Maybe you have hopes or you've had feelings, intuition, this person likes you still, but I don't think you've been shown that. One more, giving it wow, you could have been expecting when this, I've got a few collectives on TikTok, even over here, where pregnancy was involved in the separation. So even that feeling used, maybe you were wanting to create a solid foundation, and then when the ball started rolling and you guys were going down that avenue of let it be, trying to start a family, get a house together, whatever it may be, it's like as things started to progress, this person started to pull away. And if this person, you know, especially if you did fall pregnant and they weren't ready, they asked you to terminate, or you decided to keep and they walked away, no wonder this collective's feeling quite used. There's something with pregnancy, and I also say that's expectation as well, because the timing's not really going to plan. I always say it's not our ego's time, it's divine time, but there is something about expectation with timing. And I also feel for the right collective there's something about pregnancy as well. Fire. That was sexuality. You clearly both needed to figure yourselves out a bit. Whoa. So you've got date night. Prepare to be wined and dined. One more. I'm on the fence with this person's energy. We're going to have to really break them down. Travel, there could be travel involved, to kind of, maybe there's a bit of distance between you guys right now. I heard 2, it could be 2 hours. Or it could literally 2-hour train trip. Why did I say that? I said that for a reason. Or a plane trip. But honeymoon phase, so it was a short-lived romance. I feel this connection was one of those connections very quickly you guys were either living together, living in each other's pockets. There's something to do with finances here. So even though it was a shorter-lived romance, you guys are kind of presenting like that married kind of couple, live together, everything, work together, whatever it was. Because it was so short-lived and so much was given, no wonder you would be feeling a bit used by this connection. I think within a very short time frame, you guys literally were just, especially this collective, you felt like you were bending over backwards for this person, especially financially. Okay. One more. Health caused a lot of health issues. You could have gone through, there could have been a passing with this time apart, like someone's passed away, but I think the mental anxiety and how much this has really overwhelmed you, you could have faced a bit of depression here. This was definitely a very hard breakup for the right collective. Okay, let's just keep going and then we'll really break down their feelings and intentions. Okay, this connection, someone likes you. I think this is what you hold on to as well. Like I said before, there's a part of you that thinks this person still has their heart tied to yours. Whoa. Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transform, growth, changed mind. Like I said, if this really is their energy, you don't know it. You don't know they've changed their mind towards this. You have hopes, but this, I don't think you know for certain. And clearly we're doing their feelings versus intention, so you need clarity on this. Separation. Whoa, once it was done, it was done. Breakup, separate. You got 2 about it. It was kind of axed out, no second chances. But there's part of you that you really do, you want to stop. I feel this collective, you're on the brink. On the brink. When this happened, it was silent treatment, abandonment. So there wasn't like, it wasn't one of those breakups. You know those breakups where it can sometimes turn into situationships. Maybe you try and go down the path of friendship. It wasn't like that. I feel this collective, once this was like done and dusted and this person walked away, you felt abandoned. Like there was true silent treatment here. There was such a lack of sensitivity in this separation. You just started thinking, was this ever real? Was I just used? Were they just using me for their benefit? How could this person be so cold after what we've shared? Even though I'm seeing it was more of a short-lived honeymoon, and you could have broken up in your honeymoon phase, so still in your love bubble. And I always say they're the hardest. Those relationships that you're in, and you just naturally start to detach from each other. You see you're on different life paths. You see you don't align anymore. You know, the ones you've been with for years. And it just naturally, you just get sick of each other. Those breakups are a lot different than breaking up with someone when you're in the midst of love. So you still have such a, you know, the first few months you're literally enthralled with each other, and then boom, separation. Those ones are hard to get over. You're not choosing to walk away. You're being walked away from. There's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. So because there was such intense love, intensity between you guys, this silent treatment, this abandonment, it put you in a tailspin. So no wonder you went through mental health. Like, I'm really feeling this was really gut-wrenching for this collective. And it's like you're angry at yourself for still holding a place in your heart for them. It's kind of that energy, if they've done it before, they'll do it again. And that's why it's not our ego's timing, it's divine timing. If you guys are really meant to be with each other, if this is something fated for your future, that red thread, this behavior would never work, because literally they've done it before, they'll do it again. I talk about cycles. Our armor makes us repeat life decisions and actions until we heal that. It's not just that this person would have done this with you, they'll do it with everyone. Avoidance, that running energy, that escapist energy, flighty energy, it needs to be healed. And again, I am going to confirm their true intentions, their feelings. But if this is something destined for you, that needs to heal. That's not your issue. Because this collective, you have such a frustration here with the divine time of it. It makes you get frustrated. It makes you get angry. You should be thanking the heavens, because again, if it is fated, this person will heal those things and come back to you bigger, brighter than ever. If not, unfortunately, and again, clarity readings can be a bit confronting. We will get into it all. But if it's not meant to be, you'll find someone so much better that won't do this to you. But this book collective, you really are, you're trapped in the mind. And again, I think you are angry at yourself for wanting someone that could hurt you so badly. Maybe you question sometimes, is this my trauma? Is this just my abandonment or my codependence? Is this me not winning that keeps me bound to the memory of this person? It's sad, because this collective, you can see the love, but the way you reflect feeling used, how it affected your mental health, it's like, just doesn't make sense for this collective. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get these two and then we'll really break it all down. So again, through unconditional love, you have been, and you might not feel like it right now, but you've been focusing on self-love, oneness, passion for yourself. And maybe this is why now you're coming to that brink of, hold on, yes, there was attraction and yes, there was affection here, but was there appreciation? Did this person appreciate me, or did they just use me? Is this my worthiness affecting this emotion? Focusing on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. It's really hard. The human emotion blinds us. And the fact that you're even coming into any kind, like this perception shift, you're just seeing yourself, okay? Where in the past, believe it or not, this longing and craving through the behavior that was put onto you, you weren't seeing yourself. You weren't appreciating your soul. You had that lack of self-respect. So even if your mind's like this right now, you're just finding who you are and you're starting to understand what you truly deserve. I always say the right love changes our soul. It transforms us. Bad behavior been done here, but it has been transforming you. And I know this collective, and I just said I know, when you are in a more centered place emotionally, you understand this has grown your soul. But maybe there's just something over the past few days, it just ignited in memories. I've got so many collectives going through nostalgia right now, and look what's going on universally, energetically, with all of our planets. It's a very big month. Don't be too hard on yourself. Maybe this, and I've been saying it, whatever's coming over emotionally for the collectives, there's a new perspective that's asking to be gained right now. So whatever you're focusing on, there's a perspective shift that needs to happen, okay? All right, lightning. And that could be your shock revelation right now, that holy moly, I'm going to take it down, and I've got a few collectives. It's like, if this person's actions were intentional or not, it's like their games. You're starting to realize what's been done here, the way I've left. Their games worked on me. I don't want them to work on me anymore. It's the reason that came to my mind. Maybe you've heard one of my readings about that and it resonated. Lightning. Whoa. Have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, meeting, or hesitation. But again, I think these two rows, I feel you don't know that that's in your energy. You hold on to it. Again, there's a reason we're doing a clarity reading. This could be around you, but we'll have to get other decks. I'm on the fence with this person's energy, I'm not going to lie. But you've been holding on to this Cupid's arrow for a long time, this collective. All right, let's really break it down. Let's really break it down. First, I want to see their feelings. Then I want to see how they see you and this connection, past version of their, because I always say you can't help someone's perception. I want to see how they're viewing this in the past and currently, and then we'll see what's coming next, if there is anything coming next. Okay, grab a snack, get comfy. All right. This person's feelings, their genuine feelings towards this beautiful collective. What are their genuine feelings? How do they feel when they think of you? One more. Wow, so you're doing your mission work. I already feel this could be very divine. There's a reason I was talking about. There's something here when they look in on you. That's my service card. They see you thriving in whatever you're doing. I feel there's a proudness here. There's a comparison. They could think as well when they... You've got to remember, when they're looking in, they're not silly. I always say, people that have to feel like they have to write a novel to explain their emotion, you're foolish. People understand. Okay, this person knows they've done wrong. Maybe not to the extent that they should. They might not be completely self-aware, but they're not silly. Maybe they're also seeing that it's going to be like a mission to come forward to you. But I heard straight away, whatever you're doing, they admire. There's an intensity when they think about you. So you're not on their mind. And it could be intimacy they go over as well. I find this with true divines. Your bodies are magnets. They're missing puzzle pieces for one another. That part of your, it's electrifying. Oh, God. You got the one. I always say this, I'm going to be a broken record. If this has come out of nowhere, this grief, and you really have been soothing your soul, one, it's universe right now, what's going on up there, and two, you're picking up their energy, okay? Don't be checking profiles right now. Don't get your phone. Don't energetically chase right now. Don't give in to the magnetic pull. Karma, clearing, healing, that's good. Maybe they've had quite a bit of karma since whatever was done here. I find this a lot in the divine community too. They feel cursed by you. They could think that you've moved on, but this is about new and improved butterflies and romance. So when they think of you, their feelings, yes, I do think they want this, but I've got a few divine collectives as well. When your person chooses to look in, it's like kind of presenting like you've moved on energetically, or you could have moved on as well, but your wisdom. So you're very in tune. Okay, you could be a clairvoyant. I find a lot of my divines, you get in the field of mediumship, you've got all four clairs. You've got your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, your clairaudience, your claircognience, but it really gets activated through this connection and definitely through the separation. But your knowledge, you're a truth seeker. They know it. How they feel about you. Your mind, your intellect could really intimidate them as well. Oh, mirroring. That means you're inspiring them. You got mirroring. And we had that deviation about energy. Hold on. How did they feel right now? This is their feelings towards you. How do they feel? Doubt. So they are, I'm seeing that mission as both. And you, in an odd right, feel this would be a complete mission to get back into your life as well. So you are mirroring that. There's a lot of doubt, I think, coming over both of you. There's been, I felt that in your first, where how we were tapping into your actual connection, that was some pain there. Like, that wasn't, I think they try and focus on happiness. This is how they're feeling right now. Okay, let's get one more for happiness. It could be how happy you are, especially with that new, their indecision. I think they try and find the positivity in their day. I think this person tries to get out and still avoid this emotion. I don't think they're consumed and wallowing in tears. I don't think that at all. Do I think you come over them very intensely? Yes. Do I think they know that there was such a lack of appreciation there for you? Yes. Do I think that they see you as this and that you were the one? Yes. But do you know what else I think? It's kind of that energy, you were the one that got away. Okay, it's like they know their behavior was terrible, but it's been too long. Like, what's the point? I'm going to be honest, you know me, I'm not going to sugarcoat. That's what I'm feeling. I feel for this person, when they're overwhelmed, they try and distract themselves, which means they're still not completely living in what's been done. Regret, yes. Do I think there's enough regret? Not enough regret to come in and apologize just yet, but we'll keep going. It's changing. They're changing. They can feel something changing here. You've got to think, like, let's be realistic. Right? If you were really thriving, if you're a 9 of Pentacles, if you're abundant, if you present very happy, and I find most of you divines, you're very prominent online, right? So you've got to take yourself out of it and your emotion, because internally we can see the hurricane. But you've got to remember, people that look in on you, they're not seeing a hurricane. So the people that look in on you, and now I'm seeing this, your happiness could create indecision. This collective, you might not feel happy inside. And it's so funny because this is social media. You see it with couples, you see it with this. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. This person looks in and I think they see you happy and thriving and you were done. Like, why would you give them a second chance after what's been done? I think you present very in your confidence, in your self-knowing, your worth, your self-appreciation. This is something you're working on, yes, but when you walk into a room or people look in, you're like, do you know what? The right collective, this will make sense. So if they see you thriving and that you're so happy, why am I going to open up this wound again to be rejected? So unfortunately, they're still a little bit selfish. They're prioritizing their emotion, but I think this person doesn't think you want to hear from them, okay? This collective, I think it's literally that no contact. You have not, this isn't back and forth and I don't need to say watch from part 1 here, but it's more just an internal emotion, not external. I don't think there's been expression here, okay, about how you're truly feeling. Doubt. And I think this also, I do agree with what I said before, but in an odd way you mirror this. And I think when this person looks in, your happiness also creates indecision. Doubt. Friendships, maybe they've got a lot of people there as well that have had an opinion on this connection. Okay, I think their friends really create doubt in them when it comes to the emotion of you. It's really odd because I actually feel, no matter, it's coming to my mind, so I'm going to say it, no matter how long this is, your name still comes up in rooms. Let it be from them or let it be from the people around them. You're clearly still spoken about. Not all the time. I'm not saying your name's always there, but I think sometimes you're a topic of conversation, especially if this person has been a shell of themselves since you. And do I think it's everyone? No, but I'm talking like a real best friend, maybe a family member. It's like they can still see sometimes the pain in your person's eyes. Like they can still see it. They can feel it. But because there has been so much pain, I don't think your person is still at the point of speaking greatness about you. I think they kind of try and shut it down, or they reply with negativity. So of course they're friends, because normally, not all the time, but normally friends and family want the best for the ones that they love. So I think their friends give them advice to stay away, or unfortunately maybe bring up some of the negative times, okay? Because whatever the case is, their feelings right now, their friendships create doubt here. And your purpose, so you are happy. That I think is more what we said. I still agree with the first thing I said, but how that came over, whatever you do, however you shine, you look like you're in purpose, you look like you're happy, and it makes them really in and out, okay? What's the purpose of this? I'm going to get hurt again. They don't want to hear from me. Look what I've done to them. Change. Loneliness. My beliefs on being lonely, because we crave companionship for the wrong reasons. I do think there's something changing. I do think they're starting to look in their environment, and it's kind of that, I think your person's starting to open up and want commitment in their life. Like they're starting to see that they're not really that happy in freedom, and whatever the case may be. There is a change when it's coming to this perspective. One more. But their peace. I think you affect their peace, guilt, and abundance. There is something here about being used financially, which I think they have guilt over as well. Not that they're like, I use them financially, but they go over decisions and stuff tied to finances. So maybe a abrupt decision, maybe this person and you also separated with a loss of a job. There's something about income here. I don't need to say it, but that first part with the being used, the rapid exit, all of that kind of stuff, there's something here to do with pentacles and finances that they hold guilt. Do I think this person thinks they used you? I don't think so. I don't think in their mind they felt like they used you, but there is something financially they go over that they have a bit of guilt with a decision made tied to that. Don't make it fit. All right, intensity. Runner. So they're still at the moment running from the intensity. So again, that first CVA, the feelings are here. The confidence is not. That's what I'm feeling for this person. The one, telepathy. I think you both know you're connected to each other's souls. I think this person has moments that they think of certain things, or they're doing certain things. They ask themselves, are they feeling this? Are they doing this? Did they just have that dream? Like, I think there's moments they stop and they're not silly. This person knows you were their person, but it's how do we fix it? It's like they don't have the strength and they don't have the belief it can be fixed. So they just kind of hold on to the memory of you. It's really odd. I have a collective, I'm going to say it because I'm hearing it for this person. It's like, I actually really believe this person believes in the universe and divine timing, especially if you guys met very serendipitously, like it was very universal the way you guys met. I actually think this person has moments of thinking, if it's meant to be, distance or not, we will bump into each other again. The universe will bring us back into alignment. Like, I know that sounds a bit meh, but for the right collective, that'll make sense. The right collective, you know your person's connected universally. Like, they're very magical. Seeing my crow as I'm reading their energy. Do they completely believe? No, but I think they have moments of that. Let's keep going. Clearing and healing karma. And they know they need to change as well. They're not silly. It's kind of that habits card. I don't know if I'll ever be able to change. Passion. I think your person's very intense, and I don't think they have the best communication style. I think when their emotion is ignited, they can be quite outspoken and forthright, and I think this is something that scares them. I actually feel this person has an intensity. It's funny, I'm literally seeing like the holes in the walls. Like, this person's got some temper. All right, don't make it fear. And I don't think they like it about themselves. Like, I think that part of them scares them. There's a reason it came to my mind. I don't promote any kind of that in a relationship. I think it's actually disgusting, but the right collective, you would have memories of this person's, like, I'm seeing they have an angry soul. Like, when they're ignited in passion, explosion, this is what they know they need to heal and clear in life. But they do want this new beginning. They do think about taking a leap of faith and reuniting with you. I think some of the things here from the past, this collective, maybe you don't really, especially if I said the holes in the wall, like, it's kind of like you forgot about that, those little things. But it's those little things that this person keeps them away from doing this. I think you could ignite them to such a high extent, but they know it's not healthy. This is person feeling the damage they caused. And literally, they could have damaged your home. They still have hope. I think it's more the hope. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I haven't given up on us yet. They are hurting over this and the damage, their mistakes. How can I rewrite my wrongs? But you're irreplaceable. That's what I feel with the one. No one compares to you. It's like they look for you in other people. Let it be that their type is literally now like everyone that they're kind of like, they're attracted to people that embody you, if that makes sense. You're irreplaceable. They've tried, but they can't. Let it be your physique, your personality, your hair, your eyes. It's like they try and find a piece of you in everyone they connect with. But I always say we're all one of a kind. We all have our own blueprint. We are all authentic. You can't be replaced. And they know it. Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. And this is when they go over the damage they caused here. I haven't given up on us yet. Habits, that's what I feel. It's the habits here. This is what... this person, if they really have seen you change and grow, they're going over their change and growth. And they're like, will I ever be able to change these things in my life? I don't know if I'll ever be able to change, literally. And it scares them. And then they remember a version of themselves with you that they did not like. They didn't like their anger, their frustration, their jealousy, their aggression. They hated it. I think it scared themselves. Okay, I'm not going to lie. This collective, I really believe, and don't make it fear. The person you're connected to, there is something about their hurricane. Their frustrations can be very explosive and abruptive. Okay? And that needs to be healed. Remember what I said at the start. Whatever's being kept away from you, it's for a reason. It's funny, just side note, I just keep thinking of bloody maths as I'm talking. I haven't even been able to watch it since that episode. It triggered me that much. People don't understand. People don't realize the relevance of... If someone can punch a hole in a wall in frustration, it's only going to be a wall for so long. Then it turns to a little bit of a push, then a shove, and then it just escalates. And this collective, you weren't allowed to be put in a situation like that. This person knows they have anger issues. And it's funny because it's like, I think this person would become that aggressive and volatile over nothing. over you doing nothing. So imagine if you were put in a situation where you actually did something. It wouldn't be a wall, okay? That's not allowed to be around you. So if this has been a long time away, it's for a reason. It's really upsetting how people think stuff like that doesn't matter. It does, because it gets progressively worse the more you excuse it. And this collective, for the right collective, you would have excused it. Look at how much you still love this person. I don't think you ever saw that as bad as it should have been seen. That's something that no one should tolerate, okay? Because it would have brought a side out of you as well, especially in defense. It just becomes a very toxic and eventually, not just emotionally, but physically abusive connection. That's terrible. And for the right collective, hopefully, that puts a penny in your mind. Hope. Now you got inseparable and call. So they think about it all the time, this person, but they're trying to distract themselves from it. I want to call you. I want to hear your voice. They miss your voice. There's something about how you soothed their soul. Our love is always there despite the distance. You know what? The more, it's so funny. Every couple cards come out, there's a different energy that I feel from them. This person, and again, I know it sounds irrelevant, for the right collective it won't, their anger and they know their imbalance, this is what they know they need to clear and heal. That's what keeps them away. I think this person, you would have memories of them being aggressive, let it be, get into fights with, physical fights with friends, with family members. I'm seeing someone that was very free to just, when they feel something, they don't know how to emotionally center. They feel, they react. That's what they go over, okay? And they don't like it about themselves, which is the first step. Someone like this that has that'll always be a stem. You know that, this collective, don't you? That takes a lot of therapy. It takes a lot of understanding and patience, but it also takes a lot of boundaries. That's a kind of connection and personality. You feel it. You need to remove yourself from the situation and literally boundary, because an energy like that doesn't know how to walk away from no-win situations. An energy like this, they feel they can't center. Everything goes out the window. To be a partner to an energy like that, I just don't think either of you are emotionally balanced. It would have been destined for something terrible. That takes that's a lot to heal. A lot. I always say everyone can change, but something like that much emotional, that's not something that can be changed in a couple weeks. Again, that takes a lot of therapy, a lot of understanding of emotion and triggers and what makes you tick. You need to learn the early warning signs of your destructive temper before it comes into place and learn how to remove yourself. So that takes a lot of self-evaluation, a lot of self-awareness, and you need to know your triggers. Otherwise, you can get yourself in trouble, okay? And the right collective, I've never done a reading. I've never felt that in an energy before, that intense for someone that's connected to you. Secrets. I wish I could right my wrongs. I haven't told you everything. Why do I feel this person and maybe their aggression and stuff has got them into court into as well? Since if they were angry with you, I think they became a lot worse. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if this person's had to go to court because of violence or I heard it for a reason. Okay. But unfinished business, but the time. This one's sad because it's not that the love's not there, but that emotion's not good, my angels. That's something you need to ask yourself. Like, I'm only here to give advice, and that's not good. That would take a long time to heal, truly. Alright, I want to get these. Hold on, before we get back into them, I just want to see how the universe is seeing this, because that is, yeah, let's just see their perspective. And I want to make it clear, I don't think this person ever physically abused this collective, but it was on the path of doing it. And the sad thing is, in the moment, this collective didn't see it. You just love them so much you excused it. Like, I'm literally seeing someone that's got holes in their walls and their doors in their house. And even for you in that moment, you didn't understand how bad it was. Like, if anything, you should be thanking the universe this was removed when it was. Anyway, let's just see. Let's see. Oh, God. Okay. So you did get the snake, but you got the lovers. You got the Celtic knot, so unconditional love, divine love, sun energy. Woman, feminine. So you got masculine and feminine energy, one after another, and roots, grounding. Okay. If you are not a divine pairing, especially after everything I just said, and I want to make it clear, this collective, you never got physically abused by this person, but you saw their aggression, and you saw their aggression to the world around them. And this right collective, like I said, you've got memories of this person getting into physical bust-ups with either their friends, family, like brothers. I'm not saying this person's ever hit a woman, but I feel really weird. Like, I don't even want to say what I'm seeing from this, because it's just a no-go and people need to realize that. But I will say this, if you attracted someone like that in your soul, you yourself had aggressive tendencies. So this is also why it had to be removed. I think both of you, when you were jealous and you guys were, like, I'm seeing, do I think you punch holes in walls? And no, but you're quite quick to retaliate and defend yourself. You don't cower, this collective. So when you've got someone emotionally charged meeting someone else that's emotionally charged and unwilling to back down themselves, even let's say you would put yourself in a bedroom, try and remove yourself from, like, I just feel when it came down to the crunch, it's like neither of you, even if you were trying to remove yourself, there's something here about the way you guys would just ignite. Like, literally, it became volatility, okay? Without healing the jealousy that you both had for one another, without healing, there was always holding on to deception and accusations and betrayal. Like, you guys could not communicate without anger. My cards just fell, hold on. Literally, it was a tower. Every time you guys would get into any kind of disagreement, it could never just be solved as a challenge. It would turn into conflict. This won't work in any connection, okay? But it was, you know, it would be abruptive, and then I think it would go to silent treatment, okay? But the way you guys were, it would never have worked. And I'm telling you, this would have gotten bad to worse. From what I can see here, and I want to make it clear, anyone that's in a physically abusive connection, you should not be with anybody. I don't think that this got to that extent, but I'm just, like, from what I can feel, it was just really shown to you in your surroundings, like the broken home, the arguments and the violence with the people around them. Even if it was just men on men, like, it's still not good, okay? From what I can see, at the end of the day, everything's always our decision in life. For the lovers here, there is something part of your soul contract. There is something that this was meant to find you, to balance you and your aggressive side as well, this collective. I have to make it clear. it's your decision at the end of the day if this is something that you want. But you need to really ask yourself, and I always say readings find you for a reason. This isn't just, oh, I want to know how they feel about me. This is actually a pretty deep energy here. And love or not, without boundaries, which we went over, no matter how grounded and rooted and family and this and that, if you don't know boundaries, if you don't know how to calm a situation and you add fuel to the fire, and there's a reason you both have been going through healing, if this is not something you know how to temper, because like I said, that's kind of healing or not, that's always going to be embedded in them, okay? Like, I genuinely think that's probably one of the hardest traumas to really get through. But belonging or not, roots or not, comfort or not, safety always comes first. Boundaries. I do think you're a balance for one another. I see two people reflect each other in their own right. Okay, unconditional love, legendary, divine love, eternal love, infinity, love of a lifetime. Yeah, it would never have worked though. So I wouldn't be frustrated with the time here. I wouldn't be, asking and praying for this person to come back. I would let this unfold. My advice for this collective, and I haven't even gotten into the rest, but my advice, what I feel from this, I would walk away from this situation. Divine or not, mission work, you don't have to give up your mission work. You don't have to give up anything that you've been working towards. You're a healer. But I would focus on being happy. If that means getting yourself back out there, connecting to a soul energy, or just going on a few dates again, whatever it is, I feel it's time for this collective to break free from the shackle. This is something you really just need to surrender and just trust if this person ever does align with you, just how this person feels. If it's meant to be, the universe will realign us again. I'd walk away, my angels. You're not crazy, powerful. It is something to do with your soul. But do you use this lifetime as a lesson? Because I promise you, my angels, what I'm feeling from this person's energy, that takes a long time to heal. And if they're young and they haven't had the life experience, the emotional experience, it's even harder. That on top of already not a regulated emotion, plus with age and what I'm feeling, I would really be closing the book and not using that excuse, oh, but they're my divine, they're this. You can be happy. You can be happy again. You just need to get yourself back out there. Is it beautiful? Yes. But this would take such a long time to heal. Is it worth the wait? That's up to you. Mother Gaia, remember who you are. This is underneath the lovers. Your inner identity. Ground. Remember your purpose. And you find your internal duality. That's all you need to focus on right now. It's funny because it says, and I believe that, even though I feel you really resembled a lot of the same things, not to the, you kind of like, it's weird, polar opposites, chalk and cheese, but two peas in a pod. So different, but so similar. But this needs more balancing. And that's what I think. Coffin under this unconditional love. Trust in the divine. Let it go. Let the bird go. And this might sound very extreme, but coffin, death, loss, inactive, forgot, in Australia, I don't know around other countries, 1 in 3 women, and I know women can be just as bad as men with this, 1 in 3 women get affected by DV. And I know it sounds so silly, but one slip of emotion, true slip of emotion and completely blanking out, who knows what can be done. And I know this sounds extremely intense, but I can feel it in the energy here. I would just put this to rest right now emotionally. Over and done. sun energy right now. I know this is the universe's perspective, but I think things are working against this person. It needs to, because it's making them wake up. They are persisting and changing things, which is great. This is about making dreams a reality, but through persistence. Bridge, that's good. If this person's doing therapy and consistent therapy and and you can see changes and you're not rushing anything and, you know, but right now I'd be closing the door. Like overcoming barriers, but when it's time. You know what is alarming me in my mind when I'm seeing this? I'm actually seeing a person that's so calm, so lighthearted, fun of the life of the party, actually probably quite sensitive. I'm seeing someone that can actually be so in their feminine energy, but out of nowhere, this aggression, it's literally Jekyll and Hyde. And that's what's a bit alarming in my mind, because that could come from an imbalance up here. I'm going to be honest. The only way you'll overcome barriers, this one needs years. I'm going to be honest. Star, remember who you are underneath the feminine energy and trust in miracles. Trust in miracles, trust in divine, trust in the universal flow of life, and really reflect on how much peace and serenity and calm you actually feel when you're not thinking about this person. Because I think for you, when you're in your strength, you have finally found that center of emotion. It's just when this person comes over you, we say our emotion, biggest sign here, your higher self is already showing you. When you think of them, you just go over the anxiety, the stress, the fear. They're still not in balance. You haven't been able to think of them as a beautiful memory, if you know it or not. They still create anxiety in you. I have to confirm, this collective, it's not that there wasn't love here. Far greater reasons. Okay, you're clearly someone so special. If you're on your mission work, they're seeing you as Mother Gaia, feminine with your star energy. You're meant to create change. You weren't meant to be shackled by this, and you were definitely not meant. You weren't meant to go down the path on this and this destruction. Okay, and believe it or not, the heartbreak from you, I think, like I said, I have a feeling this person had to go to court. I think they had to really see how their bad behavior and their aggression gets them in trouble. So just how they were a puzzle piece for your evolution, I do think, and I will say, you can see this person hates that side of them, but they're still on the fence of, will this ever change? Which means it still comes out of them. First step to change is acknowledgement and putting it into action and understanding cycles and how certain behavioral traits can just really destroy our life, really. So in an odd way, I do think you guys being away from each other, and this is the power of soul connections, you heal each other through the pain that has been created for both of you. My only concern here for this collective, connection or not, I feel you've wasted so much time hoping. It's you're really failing to see the danger of this energy, which is sad, which means love can blind you. This is literally what's meant to be will always be, and you need to surrender to that. I don't think this collective, you still so that boundaries is just really sticking up and focusing on safety and stuff. I really think as I was reading this collective, you thought nothing of it. And that's what's a bit scary for this collective. Okay. Roots, house. Right. I don't even want to read it. Oh my God. So you're going to have a test. Do you give in to the message? Do you give in, or do you stand alone and look for the warning signs? Do you look for the warning signs and think that side of you hasn't completely changed? That side of you is still there. You've literally got full steam ahead, green light, go for it, the messenger movement, or you've got, do you stand alone in independence? This is up to you. Do you see the boundary? Do you focus on safety, or are you more focused on trying to fix something that's broken? I actually do think you'll have a test here. But I promise you, it's just, if you think, oh no, I'll excuse it, everything will be all right. Just how the divine had a hold of this in the past, I'll have a hold of it again. And they'll give you an even bigger tower next time. I always say love's not enough. Especially for trauma like this. Love is not enough. The only positive thing I will say is that this person knows it's bad. Like, they don't think their aggression is like, oh, I'm just a man. Like, they know it's a terrible, terrible... I think they scare themselves sometimes. I actually feel this person has moments of, you know, like those blackouts people talk about? That's not good. Not good at all. I'm on the fence if I should keep reading this energy. I'm going to be honest, my angels. I'll get a... Sorry, I've never done a collective reading like this before. I feel a bit off doing it. So there is distance for a reason, especially if the universe put physical distance here between this regret. I do believe that. Like, the more I'm reading it, they're not silly. They're acquiring knowledge, and that's what I feel. That's the one saving grace for this person. I think they are going to therapy. Like, I genuinely think they're going to therapy. But that takes years. I have to confirm that. It's not just a couple of therapy sessions. Oop, I'm fixed. Like, this person might even need to see a psychiatrist. Like, they might need to be, you know, medicated. You guys know my belief on modern day stuff. I don't agree with it. But if that's something this person needs, is medication. And, like, that's something, you know, it's coming to my mind for a reason. Even with the distance, I know we are never truly apart. We had an instant connection that can never be matched. I'll travel the world to get close to you. I think I made a mistake. I should have never let you go. I should have stayed and fought for a wrong word for this collective, fought for our connection. But I was weak and sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't make that lighthearted at all. Now I'm here mourning over the loss of you. Our connection was very intense and confusing, but I'm trying to understand our undeniable bond. You were brought to me to teach me things, and we said that, both of you. And bring awareness of my own existence, and I'm going to say shadow as well. Mirror. And that's another thing. Now, don't get triggered in this message. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But there's a reason I said you embodied some of this aggression as well. Do I think you punched holes in walls? No. Do I think you punched people? No. But do I think you had a temper and you could definitely ignite because you didn't know how to simmer? You didn't know how to simmer the situation. You'd add fuel to the fire if you knew it or not. And I'm not saying, and I am not excusing that reaction for you adding, like, that shouldn't even be there in the first place. But when you've got two people that ignite each other, it doesn't work. Does that make sense? You had to learn from this as well, and so did this person. Don't agree with it whatsoever, but it shows how two personality types can ignite and make traumas worse, okay? But there is something about you guys mirror, all right? You do mirror in your own aspect. Or maybe you even have memories, only you will know, of pushing this person, or, you know, a past relation. Like, I feel aggression in the right collective as well. Okay, so if that's not you, this just isn't your collective. But I'm not going to sugarcoat. If you were feeling and I always say, you truly believe you're activated to this divine journey. You're a trauma-filled soul. It's the trauma that breaks you in life. So you've experienced every which way, so many issues in life. And the reason your souls go through so much, because you're meant to learn how to heal it so you can help other people heal it. Okay, so I'm not trying to trigger anyone. But like I said, some clarity readings can be confronting, this one's especially. If you're feeling under duress or feeling solemn, I feel it too. When you were thinking of me, I'm thinking of you. Our connection was deep and profound, but very difficult to understand. Truth. You want to hope not right now. future focus. I do think you've got a test coming. My advice, I already said it, and that was me talking not as a reader, but as if I would be talking to a friend and someone I truly loved. I would be telling them to walk away from this. And not because the love's not there, but that it's not ready. And I never do that in a reading. But that's honestly what I would tell someone that I truly loved. And I'm a love reader. I want everyone to be happy. This feels like it needs a lot more time. I'm devoted to returning to you. I'm starting to feel hopeful about our future because I see you being a big part of it. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just get some message cards. I have already, I just want to get some message cards for you from this person, and then I'm going to close this one off. I'll have a reading on TikTok. Sorry, it's just, I feel very weird sitting here doing this reading. Will this pain ever stop? It's not that they're not in pain. Will you leave me like the others? Their aggression comes from somewhere. Okay, but even with these two, there's still a little bit of a broken bird here. And maybe they've had past connections where their aggression was too much to deal with and people walked away. So when it came out again with you, it's like they had to walk away because they didn't want to get their heart broken. But you didn't know that. I'm scared of, and yeah, they're scared of rejection. They're still prioritizing their emotion. You know what? As a reader, these are the readings that pain my heart. Not just about what we're talking about, but I mean, when you feel the love in a reading, but just the lack of awareness and healing and change, it's so sad because it's two people that pine after each other with no movement. It's two people that are like a shell of each other because of broken love. And it's sad when it just can't work because there's not enough change. Like these readings, they upset my soul. And that's one thing, this collective, if you get anything from this, you were never used. You were never not loved. If anything, you were loved too much. Okay? And believe it or not, this person had to choose to 8 of Cups. I always say that's more painful than 3 of Swords. They didn't want to walk away. They knew they had to. I actually think this person was scared of their behavior around you. I don't know if you guys got into one really ignited, close to physical argument, and it's like it just flooded so many memories for them. They couldn't control their emotion around you and they knew it. And I feel this person had been put in that situation previously with other love interests or family members, whatever it is. And they knew how they could just get blinded in fury. Okay. The love was never not there. And the love is still here now. But again, it's just when love isn't enough. And they're painful. They're painful energies to read. They're still kind of, and that's another thing that would add to internal fury. The biggest thing I'm feeling for this person, they're not emotionally centered. They don't know their erratic emotion. Like we explained, I can't express myself. It doesn't help the situation that goes on internally because they can't communicate their frustrations. They can't communicate when this is igniting. So unfortunately, they communicate it with a wall. That's not good. And it's still here. Okay, that's what I'm trying to make the point of. It's still in them. They don't want to be alone. But until and you saw that with the loneliness, the change, they don't want to be alone, but they need to get through that emotion and they need to heal it. Why? They know. Will this pain ever stop? Why do I don't deserve to be with someone like you. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel good enough. So again, because they still don't feel good enough, that jealousy, back to the universe's part, without healing that snake energy, you wouldn't even last a week. This is being done to protect you both. Rejection is protection, truly. Because they clearly have stardust in them that they need to find and heal. And I am a firm believer, and I don't care what anyone says, everybody can change, but especially energy like this, it takes time. It's not gonna, it takes years, okay? Everybody can change, and I'll have some people probably saying that's not the case. I get it, 85% of the population, leopard can't change its spots. But when we want to change, we will change. This person's special. They were connected to you for a reason. You've been together in other lifetimes for a reason. Don't rush the process. That's all I'm saying. I would let it go and start living your life and wait for that magical red thread to start glowing. Just truly let go of the time. You know, I've read some twins. It's taken 25 years. And they got married and they had children. And I'm going to get emotional. And they came back into alignment when it was time. And maybe this collective, that's what needs to happen. You need to find a soulmate, and you just need to be happy and let the universe guide you back into. Because I do believe maybe one point in this lifetime, you will find your way back together. Not right now. Why is it that you love me? Why can't I tell you the truth? Don't wait for me, please. Don't wait for me, please. They know. I honestly think this person is really, like, they know, okay? They're even saying, don't wait for me. Like, they know this is going to take a lot of time. Don't put up with my BS. And that's where the issue was. You put up with it. You excused it. You didn't see the wrong in it. So when they couldn't express themselves, you put up with it. And it really was. Both of you were making each other's traumas worse. This is also why it needed to part ways. You put up with it. Remember, karmics are different to divines. Karmics put up with it. Divines heal it. And you weren't healing it. You were this is why it was so short-lived. Like, I'm going back to the start. You were starting to put yourself in a karmic category without even knowing. It wasn't allowed to be done. They were excusing your behavior with whatever your traumas were, and you were excusing theirs. You were ruining something that was meant to be sacred, because at that moment you should have been empowered to walk away. But because you kept ignoring the red flags, the universe came in and they got the running veil this time. Because you didn't have the strength to walk away. You loved them too much. Just remember, everything happens for a reason, even if we don't know what that reason is in the moment, even if we don't know what that reason is till 5-10 years later, it all happened for a reason. So let's just say, because I'm going back to that messenger, the future, they're obsessed. So that they're obsessed. And that's not good. Because obsession, erratic emotion. Okay. I know some people watch readings. I see it in personals all the time. And you have so much strength as you're watching it. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do. And then they pop up and then boom. You know what? They had to 8 of Cups you because it just had to be done. It was painful. But this collective, I can't say enough. If you choose to, I would choose to take that 8 of Cups journey yourself. The thing is, this pain, this separation was inflicted on you, right? You haven't 8 of Cups them. You haven't walked away from them yet. and whatever's coming here for this right collective, all details. And if you're watching this and you are in a similar situation but you just chose to keep watching, it's for a reason. No one should put up with that, especially if you know, and it's something you need to ask yourself. Did I, through my reactions and my aggression and my temper, did I accelerate that? Not that it's your fault. No one should have to put up with that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, do you think your emotion could make their trauma worse as their trauma could make your trauma worse? It's kind of being self-sacrificing, selfless, and thinking, you know what, I love this person that much. I don't want to make it worse for them. And I don't want them to make it worse for me. I'm choosing to walk away because genuinely I love them and I want them to be happy and I want them to heal that. You need to ask yourself if you're centered. And can I tell you another thing? If you're really in your self-worth, self-respect, you won't put yourself, and again, this sounds terrible, but people that excuse that stuff and just think, oh, it's nothing. And that's what I kind of felt from the energy here. You didn't even realize that kind of behavior was that bad. You might have had seeds, but because you loved them so much, you ignored it. No one in their right mind would ignore that stuff. Okay, truly. And I'm not saying that to upset anyone. I just maybe want you to see it a little bit differently. You've got to remember, you've got house and roots, and that is no way to raise a family, that kind of behavior. Remember, trauma starts from 3-4 years old. No child should be around anything like that. Okay, it affects their energy. You could be in the other end of the house and think your children can't hear. Children read energy. Okay. I love you guys, but you know me, I'm not gonna... Anyway, there is something coming in quickly. You know my opinion. That's up to you, the decision you make. The love bell is ringing for you. And can I tell you something? You're putting a door up because of this. What's it going to make them do? Even though I already feel they're focusing on healing it, they're going to make sure they really focus on it and heal it. Okay? But balance your energy. Get down to the water. Citrine, it could be a Libra. But abundance, good fortune, duality, 20 cents. You could have just found a 20 cents piece. 2006. Maybe this kind of behavior was really illuminated, not just with this person, but in your life in 2006 that you have to go back to as well. Or if you've always attracted in quite, you know, strong, trust the divine. Trust the divine's always working their magic for you. I'm just protecting you. Happiness, harmony, focus on your happiness. And maybe if you go down to the beach, you might see a little dolphin, a little pod jumping through the waves. I literally saw that. You could have seen that. You could have a memory of that. But completion. Trust in divine timing. 13th of the 5th, 20th of the 5th, 20th of the 7th, 13th of the 6th, 696 you could be seeing a lot of as well, angel number, but 69, good and bad karma. 13, surrender to the divine. You could be seeing 13 a lot right now. You've got this, my angels. I know that was a really heavy reading. It sucked me, like, I feel, but hopefully it found the right people. And I'll do another collective on TikTok for their feelings versus their intentions. Feelings and intentions. But I love you guys, and I'm sending you strength, and I'm sending you love, and just remember your greatness, and remember that love should feel like a sanctuary. It should make us feel safe. It should make us feel protected. It should make us feel very, the word safe. Okay. I love you guys, and have a good day.